Today I'll be showing you how to set up the calorimetry portion of the nutrition lab. It's incredibly important that your setup is correct so you can get the best reading you can. You've got a ring stand, a thermometer and a clamp, a paper clip that's been opened to act as a stand for the piece of food, along with a metal weigh boat. When you're actually doing the burn, you'll want to remove anything from nearby. Begin by lowering the can and carefully raising and removing the thermometer. Now you're able to carefully remove the can from the ring stand. In this lab, you really do need to have precisely 50 milliliters of water. So after you've measured that out, using a graduated cylinder and checking the meniscus, add the 50 milliliters of water to the can. Now you'll set up the apparatus so that the base of the thermometer is almost but not touching the very bottom of the can. You want the thermometer to be taking the temperature of the water, not the temperature of the metal. You also need the can to be stationed at such a height that when you add your piece of food, it's nearly making contact with the bottom of the can. After you've taken the mass of your cheese curl, make sure to pick one that has a good shape for burning. What's a good shape for burning? The straighter ones tend to be better than the more curved ones, and you can get a more solid burn. Okay, so you would have taken and recorded the mass of this, and you should record it including this entire setup. So begin by tearing the paperclip and metal weigh boat using your balance. Tear that, and then add the piece of food that you plan on taking the burn information for. Once you have that value, record the value in your lab manual. Set up the cheese curl so that it stands by poking the one end of the paperclip into the cheese curl and opening up the other end of the paperclip to make a tripod shape. Now that you have your cheese curl set up, directly below the can, lower the thermometer into the water. You may need to adjust the clamp right here by twisting and loosening it. Lower it down until it touches the bottom of the can, lift up slightly, and tighten. Okay, you can gently move the thermometer, you can hear it touch the bottom of the can, lift it up just slightly. Now, when you're ready to burn, be sure to remove everything from the surrounding area. Part of this is measuring the temperature change. So, look down at the thermometer and record the temperature change. It's important to be at eye level when recording the temperature change. This is your initial temperature of your water. Then, using a match, strike away from you and light at the base of your food sample. You may need to hold the match briefly until the sample ignites. When blowing out your match, move away from your sample. So here you can see that the sample is burning. The flame is moving up towards the can. You need to make sure that the entire sample burns so you can calculate the amount of heat in that food. Once the entire sample has burned, immediately take the final temperature of your water and record that in your lab manual. Once the sample is cool and completely burned off, Then take the mass again, and you'll have your initial and final mass of your sample, as well as your initial and final temperature of the water.